Superhero Day. One morning, Andy woke up to discover that he had the superpower of flight. He tried flying over the treetops and was amazed to see how tiny everything looked below him. He felt the wind rushing past him, and the sun warmed his face. Excited, he soared higher, laughing joyfully as he glided through the sky. As Andy flew, he spotted a little old lady struggling to cross the street. Without thinking, he swooped down beside her. "Hello, ma'am. Let me help you," he said, gently offering his hand. The lady looked up in surprise. "Oh, thank you, young man. You're such a kind boy." Andy smiled and carefully lifted her, flying her safely across the road. She beamed with gratitude as she stepped onto the sidewalk. Continuing his adventure, Andy noticed a kitten stuck in a tree, meowing desperately. "Don't worry, little one," he called out. He zoomed up to the branch where the kitten clung, gently scooping it up and bringing it back down to the ground. The kitten nuzzled against him, purring happily, while a group of children cheered and clapped. Feeling proud, Andy decided to explore further. He flew over the playground, where kids were playing. They looked up and shouted, "Look! It's Andy, the flying superhero." Encouraged by their cheers, he performed a few loops in the air, showing off his new ability. Everyone laughed and clapped, and Andy felt like a true hero. Suddenly, he spotted a school nearby. Children were gathered outside, looking worried. Andy landed gracefully next to them. "What's wrong?" he asked. A girl explained that their friend had lost her favorite toy and was very upset. "Don't worry. We'll find it," Andy declared. He took to the skies again, scanning the area until he saw a glimmer of something bright in a bush. "Found it," he shouted, swooping down to retrieve the toy. The girl's face lit up with joy when he returned it to her. "Thank you, Andy. You're the best," she exclaimed. Andy felt his heart swell with happiness, knowing he had made a difference. When the sun began to set, Andy returned home, still buzzing with excitement from his day. His mother had prepared a delicious dinner, and the aroma filled the house. "Mom, I did something amazing today," Andy exclaimed as he sat down to eat. "What did you do, Andy?" his mother asked, curious. "I helped an old lady cross the street, rescued a kitten from a tree, and found a lost toy for a friend," he shared, his eyes sparkling. His mother smiled proudly and said, "You truly are a little superhero. I'm so proud of you." After dinner, Andy went to his room and pulled out his small notebook. He loved to draw, and today he wanted to capture the wonderful things he had experienced. With colored pencils in hand, he began sketching a big picture of himself flying in the sky, with the old lady and the kitten below. Each stroke of his pencil brought back the cherished memories of the day. As night fell, he lay in bed, unable to stop thinking about his adventures. He closed his eyes and imagined himself soaring through the starry sky, surrounded by the friends he had helped. The image of the kitten and the smiling old lady danced in his mind like a vibrant painting. The next morning, Andy woke up with a strong determination. "Today, I will help even more people," he told himself. After breakfast, he decided to fly outside and look for others in need. As he soared over the neighborhood, he noticed a group of children struggling to get a ball down from a tree. They all looked disappointed. "Hey there. Let me help," Andy said, swooping down. He flew up high, reached for the ball, and brought it down with ease. The children cheered. "Wow, thank you, Andy. You are a superhero." Andy beamed with pride as he heard their laughter. Feeling inspired, he continued to seek out more missions. Flying over the city, he spotted an elderly woman struggling to carry a heavy basket home. Without hesitation, Andy swooped down beside her. "Let me help you, ma'am," he said, gently lifting the basket and flying it to her doorstep. The woman smiled and thanked him, saying he was such a sweet boy. As he passed by a school, Andy noticed a child standing outside, crying. He flew down and asked, "Why are you crying?" The child explained that they had lost their gift box from their mom. Andy encouraged, "Don't worry. We will find it." He and the child searched around until Andy finally spotted the box lying under a tree. He quickly flew over, grabbed the box, and handed it to the child. The child's face lit up with joy. "Thank you, Andy. You're such a superhero." Andy returned home with a bright smile. He hadn't just soared high, he had also helped those around him, and that made him feel happy. He thought about all the things he had done and told himself that every day could be a chance to be a superhero in his own way. That night, he sat down to draw again. This time, his picture included not only himself flying but also all the people he had helped. He wished he could continue doing good things for others. As he drifted off to sleep, he knew tomorrow would be another adventure. With a brave heart and super strength, Andy would always be a superhero in the eyes of those around him. Andy, the 6-year-old boy with a kind heart and a newfound superpower, proved to be a true hero. His ability to fly gave him the chance to help others, and he did so with joy and courage. From guiding an old lady across the street to rescuing a kitten and finding lost toys, Andy brought happiness to everyone he met. His friends admired him, calling him their superhero, and he loved making people smile. Andy's adventures showed that a real hero doesn't just need superpowers, they need kindness, bravery, and a willingness to help. Every night, he would draw his experiences, remembering the people he helped and dreaming of new ways to make a difference. Andy's caring nature and big heart made him a superhero not only in the skies but also in the hearts of everyone around him.